Yo, what up, ladies and gentlemen? Angus here, and welcome to the beautiful world of the Battle Cats, where you can use almost every single unit you get, except for the seasonal cats, some bad Ubers, and user ranked dogs. But when you're a newbie, you only get a few rare cats, and the ones that are gonna help you for most of the early game, the normal cats. We have excellent ones like Dragon Cat or Macho Legs, some usable ones like Eraser before you get the Manic one, and UFO Cat. But then there is the unusable group with cats like Lion or X. This last one being literally useless in the second you get him, cause it's more likely that you already purchased Ninja Cat, the carry of every single new player. But there is one that is in a pretty weird position. Titan Cat. If you get to use it,
but I don't think you will. Trust me, you don't want to do that shit.
You realize something. He's gonna be kinda powerful for almost all of the party of cats, one-shotting almost everything, or at least knockbacking them. So, you're gonna come to the conclusion that this big fella is worth the investment. Why an investment, you ask? Well, it's pretty simple really. He's the most expensive normal cat among them all.
We don't count super feline on this one, trust.
Instead of spending your very limited resources on a cat that at least is gonna get some use in future scenarios like Tank Cat or Lizard, there's gonna be another stupid player like me that is going to dump it all on Titan Cat. But then, when you think this godlike cat will carry on his power forever, you'll get hit by a harsh wall of truth and splat all over it like a drunk redneck on his truck in a kindergarten. This fucker right here made me wonder if my birth was really worth it. He's an absolute menace to society! While he vaporized the entirety of my army, there was one big fella that endured his hits, and you guessed right, Titan the Goat. Ate at least 2 punches, retaliated with at least 1, and dipped out. And I fell in love with him, my savior, the symbol of power grip.
Not in the good way.
So, without any major introduction, let's see every single bad thing about the best cat in the entire game, and try to save his ass with some improvements that could make him at least usable. Let's start with all the problems that every single Titan shares! Low HP, low damage, and slow attack rate, long ass backswing,
An absolute buffoonery of a price.
low range, and trash abilities. Getting the jumpstart with Jamiera Cat. You can get my boy at level 30, unlocking his final form and getting one of the worst abilities in all of Battle Cats, Knockback. In most scenarios, cats with knockback abilities are gonna send back dangerous enemies, but with a usual price, and this one is making your nuker miss its attacks. And for short, most nukers have a slow attack rate. So, wrap it up, buddy. You're cooked. Big. Let's put your ass in the oven for 1000 degrees, cause you are fried. And we aren't even finished yet. Cause yeah, boys and girls, it gets worse than that. With most titans being as slow as hell, you at least will think,
Oh, okay. So he's slow because he packs a lot of HP, so my army can survive longer and he will run the line for a long time.
Yeah, sorry buddy, that ain't happening. At level 30, Jamiera gets a tiny 34k HP. Okay, he only has 1 knockback, so he'll be tankier than some units at that point. But let me tell you the worst part about this goat and every single one of his variants.
what do you think is the price of this big guy? 1000? Maybe 800? If we are getting extreme with prices, you'll think of 1800, because Lizard costs 1500 and he'll be good for longer than him. Well, get your seatbelts so you don't fall off your seats, my beloved audience, because this fetish has a tomfoolery price of 2 bands! Yeah, this absolute trash of a unit costs 2 fucking thousand coins! How in God's almighty earth is this possible? How? This guy costs half of most Ubers!
Alright, I'm done. Get the rope, I'm killing my
I don't want to make this video so long, so let's just highlight the unique problems that every other Titan variant has, so we gotta go fast. This fella has the potential of being actually pretty good, but he has only one big problem, a gigantic one. We'll talk about it in a minute. With big pros like an actual good HP, it being 64k at level 30, not bad at all.
Yeah, he still does 0 damage, this being only 17k, but with the chances of doing a level 10 wave, with the massive downgrade of a 15%, not being a reliable proc at all.
But hey, you can figure out the use, right?
Right? No, Thomas! We're talking about a Talion variant! Of course it's unusable!
But Angus, why is he so bad if he has good stats?
The foreskin. the foreskin. Look at this absolute disgrace of attack! Like, dude, I could get a college degree and work a full-time job while suffering constant back pain on my 60s and fucking die before this cunt finishes only one of his punches! I can't take this anymore. Get the rope already. The brainwash version has that dog in him, if you know what I mean. But once again, most wasted potential between all the Titans. Yeah, he has worse stats than the Manic one at the same level, with 54k HP and a pitiful 11k damage. But he compensates these flaws with extremely good immunities, like knockback, surge, weaken, and slow, killing some of the hard counters that the other ones have, and a massive win condition over his brothers, and that one is Savage Blow. Yeah, I know it sounds way too good to be true, and you are right! With a pathetic 20% chance of dealing 1, you got 0 chances to see this in a regular basis.
So, yeah, once again we have the usual Titan flop. And where the fuck is the rope?
My favorite variant is indeed almost the worst one. And funnily enough, he cannot stand that horrid title just because the last one is literally an insult to every single human on this planet. So, let's see the horror. Lil Titan, as almost every Lil Cat variant, is just a worse version of the normal one. And you already know that this is a pretty bad premise for an already bad unit.
But okay, let's give it a shot, shall we?
With the worst fucking stats I've ever seen on a 2k cat, this little fella gives us a beautiful start, tanking with an impressive amount of 27k HP and packing a massive punch, dealing almost 8k at level 30 with an outstanding speed of 6! You can shoot me in the head if I'm lying! Please! Please just do it! Please! Oh yeah, you can upgrade him by buying his talents, but if you're not a complete moron like myself, you shouldn't invest on this adorable guy. It hurts, but I'm not gonna make y'all trash all of your resources on this kind of bullshit. But if you're indeed a person with low IQ and wanna spend everything you've got on this, buckle up, mate, cause you are getting a Naku Killer!
Yay!
He gets shield piercing with a max of 30% chance per hit. Isn't that majestic? No. Wait, it gets even better because you can have an immunity! Let's go! Which one, you may ask? Something useful like wave or surge immune? Maybe freeze, or something more niche like toxic? No, mate! You get weaken immune! Are you gonna shoot or not? With the usual buff to attack and defense like all the other little cats, you will bet your ass that a crab lover like this goat is going to be stronger than baby cat or some of those S tier flop cats. As I said, the sweater guy is an Aku killer. So, indeed you have a talent related to them.
Like search and retaliate?
No. Better.
What about massive damage to Aku?
No, man. Even better.
You ready? Surge resist. No, not immune. Resist.
With those impressive stats, you can get confident against this overrated trait. Like, bro, why would you stress so much with these guys when you can pay 2 grand and win?
It sounds like a skill issue to me.
Please kill me.
That's a lot of damage. How about a little more? Let me tell you something.
Mi bomba!
Please, I'm begging you, don't make me talk about Wrestling Cat.
Well guys, Wrestling Cat is next. Who is hyped about her? I'll bet everyone is. Yay!
Let's finish this quickly. I can't stop this shit anymore. For 2,000 coins, you'll get a whooping 34k HP, and listen to me, not even 5k damage on a 2 big box unit. Yeah. But hey, she's strong against red and has immunity to freeze, so you'll get an easy win against Hanya. Hanya has weakened, so her attacks don't even tickle it? Right, so you can defeat JK Bonbon easily. She's gonna get 3-shotted at best. Yeah, so she exists. That's what it matters. And I don't have anything else for her. Literally, I would rather die than use her. Oh shit, she has a medium attack combo! There you go! Useful! Yeah! To finish this version of a video, let's give them another chance at being that tank that I will kill to see in action. First of all, let's give the Titanium variants a little rework so they don't feel that overwhelming anymore. Let's reduce their cost to 1600 so you don't get poor by the millisecond you buy one of these big fellas, or the girl, in that case. And hear me out on this one. Let's give Jamie and his little son the resistant perk to all traits except metal. And let me explain real quick. If they have absolute no damage input, let's make them hold the line longer, so at least both of them have some use. But that's all the things they are gonna share. So let's dig in, boys and girls. My big boy Jamie deserves much more justice than he deserves, so let's put him in a much safer spot. He'll have HP and damage buff for 80%, 10 EP for every level, 15 since level 5, knockback immune, 50 MP, and crits. Yeah, you heard right, crits. He cannot knock back metals, but at least he can deal with them with this perk. 55 MP for a 25% chance.
If you think that a 80% buff for his stats are overkill, just remember those horrid base that he already has, and that abysmal cost!
So, I consider it pretty fair overall. We are gonna delete those putrid actual talents and give him something better, but still useful for his Aku niche. These ones being attack and HP buff for 60%, 15 MP per level, cost down 25% maximum for 10 MP each level, and the most important one being Search Retaliate for a maximum of 30% of the original search reflected at the enemies, 100 MP, without completely those stupid shield breakers and give him something that is actually useful for his niche, staying as a now cheap and a reliable Aku counter. I wanted to make something a little bit different from any jammy, so we went nuts and made a real tank, as a Titan deserves. An HP buff, 20 MP for each level, capping at 40% more HP, money up talent, 75 MP, and resist all traits except metal, 100 MP, and dodge with a 10% chance, 50 MP for the initial purchase, and it gives a 1 second dodge, and you can upgrade it for 10 MP per level, capping at level 10 and lasting 2 seconds at maximum. It sounds crazy, I know, but brother, things like Dark Phono or Last Boss exist, so I don't really think it's that much of a problem. Imagine a frontline tank that with the use of waves can wipe out the peons and give you a lot of money, recovering all of your investment that you made on him, because for balancing purposes, I'll make him 2500 coins instead. What? Did you just say that you wanted a glass cannon? Alright, let me bring y'all the new and most powerful Titan of them all, Brainwashed Jammy. Attack buff with a 70% increase, 25 MP, capping at level 10. Strengthen for 35% at 50% HP, 125 MP, and wave block for 75 MP. Hey, and get ready boys, because for our last one we have Explosion with 30% proc rate at maximum for 125 MP. Yeah, no HP buff, no damage resistance, and no dodges, only damage. We wanted to make him like a slot machine. You don't really know if it's gonna be a savage blow or an explosion. Maybe none of them if you are that unlucky. The strengthening is a risky bet if you spend on it. Maybe it will proc before he dies and will most likely reduce to atom to that poor bastard that was in front of him. The wave block is just for performance really. And once again, for balancing purposes, will increase his cooldown by 50%. Hey, don't complain, I wanna be fair. So, boys and girls, I think it's about time that Warlock and appear to stop gatekeeping that ability of theirs and start shining, you know? So, you guessed right, my girl the Wrestling Cat is gonna get that base destroyer for only 75 MP. Cool, right? Well, for my next trick, I'll bring you guys insane damage for her traits, replacing strong for 75 MP. And weaken by 50% for 5 seconds, 10 MP for each level, capping at level 10, and a level 1 search for 75 MP. Yeah, I'm afraid that even with this pretty solid talent, she's still gonna be very underwhelming. Just remember those stats, and if you paid enough attention, she did not get any stat buff besides the massive damage, so I don't know about this one guys. At least you can use her for her traits, I guess. Now, if you thought that these talents were gonna be unlocked by default, oh boy, you poor thing. You got the feature telling unlock stages first. Yep, like the Baja Blast or the Bug one, baby boy or baby girl. wherever you are. Of course you have to put a lot of effort to enjoy these neat abilities. Hey, and if you wanna see the stages, you gotta like and subscribe, man. You have no choice. If you like this video, tell me in the comments. I read every single one of them and answer most. And if you don't, you can also send death threats. Alright, peace out everybody. Damas y caballeros, hola, aquí el Angus IRL. Debo tener el micrófono lo que viene siendo
Aquí, porque si no, no me escucho ni madres.
pero pues, X, ¿cómo andamos? Bien, popeamos nueva máscara, what's popping, good looking. Hey, maldita,
Si se preguntan por qué madres hice el video en inglés, es que pues tengo que ver nuevos horizontes y obviamente pues con The Battle Cats y con un contenido en inglés necesito generar, mira, cash mola, baby, cash mola. Todo en esta vida se basa en el dinero. Recuerden, yo no me voy a venir a ser el benefactor con ustedes. Yo quiero dinero, mucho cash mula. Así que si los angloparlantes me dan más varo, pues nos vamos a hacer contenido en inglés. Ahora,
cosas importantes que hay que recalcar. ¿Por qué me escucho pa'l culo? Bueno, yo domino el idioma, yo domino el inglés,
puedo escribirlo, puedo leerlo sin problemas.
pero el hablarlo sí me da un problema bastante grande. Por dos cosas, nunca tuve con quién practicarlo. Y dos, soy pendejo, soy idiota.
Y pues por obvias razones, pues no supe, todavía no sé muy bien dominar el hablado. Así que si me escucho muy Open English, muy Duolingo, pues una disculpa.
Ahora, ya saben, este es el segmento de agradecimiento a los miembros del canal, como debe de ser.
Pero ahora con video, porque somos únicos y diferentes en esta vida. Número 1, agradecemos al Rad. El pana, güey, ya me pagó 2 videos, está loco. De hecho me pagó 3 cosas. Me pagó que viera el momo de Overlord, temporada 3 y 4, y la película. Así que tenemos contenido de Overlord para rato. De ahí,
Muchas gracias a Enrico. Ese brother me regaló Red Dead Redemption 2 para Steam. Se enteró de que era mi juego favorito y me dijo: "Hey tú, jodido, ahí te va el juego", y me lo regaló. Lastimosamente no he podido jugarlo tanto que digamos, por 2 razones. Número 1, yo me pongo muy loco jugando Red Dead. For the record, quiero que sepan que yo estuve una vez, mi récord máximo jugando han sido 18 horas. Esto no es un chiste, esto no es una exageración. Estuve una vez jugando Red Dead Redemption 2 durante 18 horas.
o sea, hermano, 18 horas, what is that?
Es impresionante, por el momento no he querido tocarlo porque tengo cosas que hacer. Porque si no voy a estar 18 horas otra vez jugando. Pero X, somos chavos. Hermano, también es miembro del canal y booster del server. Así que, hermano, muchas gracias. De ahí,
Juanito, güey. Juanito lo salvó a la gang, güey. Juanito regaló nitro. También Rad regaló nitro. Aunque sea por unas semanas. Viejos, muchas gracias. Muchas gracias.
de verdad se agradece demasiado el gesto, mi gente latino. De todo corazón se los agradezco.
De ahí, el Jorge. No lo he visto desde que se murió Cristo, güey. Quién sabe dónde anda el cabrón. A andar chambeando o besando hombres. Qué envidia de las dos partes, ¿verdad? Pero pues ni pedo. El Chocas.
Seguramente también está trabajando porque aquí hay pura gente de bien. La gang es gente de bien.
Así que muy probablemente están trabajando. De ahí, el Firpo. Seguramente está jugando TF2. Es lo más probable que ande jugando Team Fortress o alguna otra cosa. Hermano, ya sabes, muchas gracias por el apoyo. De ahí, día. Hermanos, voy a sacar una alerta Amber, güey, o una madre así. ¿Por qué dónde está Día, güey? No sabemos nada. Nada. Ay, le pegué el micrófono. No sabemos nada. ¿Dónde está Día? I don't know. No tengo ni la más mínima idea. Pero bueno, X. De ahí,
El de toda la vida. Sally, el peor jugador de Minecraft, el peor jugador de Valorant y el peor jugador de Brawl.
El tipo me da asco.
Pero ya lo respeto más porque pues jugar de Battle Cats ya se hizo ganador al fin.
Viejo, disfruta el juego. Es básicamente un gacha estúpidamente largo, pero es muy divertido. Ahora, mi gente latino, recuerden, esto va a ser una prueba. Si los anglosajones dan más dinero y mejores vistas que los que hablan español, nos vamos a puro contenido en inglés. Excepto si es un video pagado, ahí sí te lo hablo en chino si quieres. Ahora sí, damas y caballeros, nos vamos. Salsa y picante.